A federal judge denies the state of Oklahoma's injunction to stop the Interior Department from taking surface mining jurisdiction away from the state on the Muscogee Reservation. Governor Kevin Stitt had argued the federal government overstepped its authority when citing the Supreme Court's ruling on tribal jurisdiction. News on 6's Jonathan Cooper joining us live now with what this means. Jonathan.
Shannon, that federal judge said in those court documents that, quote, this order is a prime example of the havoc flowing from the McGirt decision. But he also says that the court had to reach this decision and it was legally unavoidable.
The legal challenges to the Supreme Court's ruling on tribal jurisdiction continue to pile up, with a judge in the Western District of Oklahoma denying the state's request to stop the federal government from taking some mining jurisdiction away from Oklahoma.
Everything is up in question.
It's a request Governor Kevin Stitt spoke with me about over the summer. It all started last year when the Supreme Court ruled in McGirt versus Oklahoma, in part, that Indian reservations in the eastern part of the state were never disestablished, taking criminal prosecution authority away from the state in cases involving Native Americans on tribal lands. In April, the Interior Department notified Stitt and the state that because of the Supreme Court's decision, the federal government would take over mining jurisdiction on tribal land, specifically the Muscogee Nation. Stitt sued to stop it and told me why in July.
My concern is McGirt was limited to criminal only. And so this is the first example of the Biden administration, a federal agency, coming in and expanding this to civil regulations.
But last week, a federal judge issued this 19-page response to the state's request. In it, the judge makes it very clear his decision is not about whether McGirt was correctly decided, and says the case is, quote, a prime example of the havoc flowing from the McGirt decision. But he says Oklahoma has not shown a likelihood of success on the merits of its claims, and also that this is a narrow ruling interpreting a single federal statute.
Now, I reached out to Governor Kevin Stitt's office today. They tell me that they do not have a new comment about this, but they do plan to continue challenging the Supreme Court's ruling. There's also some more legal challenges currently pending in the courts right now. I also reached out to the Muscogee Creek Nation, who is mentioned in that lawsuit. They say that they applaud the court's decision, among other things. Reported live in Tulsa, Jonathan Cooper, Oklahoma's Own News on 6.